Libra, since the end of 2023, you've likely been feeling slightly uncomfortable, right? So the South Node has been going through your first house, and that sort of transit speaks to letting go of certain things, relinquishing what no longer serves you. But most importantly, the South Node in your sign has really gotten you to direct or deflect the energy that you give to everyone else and really focus it on yourself. Okay? And I know that could feel a little uncomfortable. You guys are the sign of the other. It's almost like you really identify yourself in the eyes or in relation to other people. And the South Node has gotten you away from that. And going into 2025, that cycle is ending. And so it's really you emerging as kind of a different person, which is really important because 2025 is going to be one of those years that begins a chain reaction of things being wildly different. And with you being a different person, 2025 is going to be hella interesting. All right, so if you want to know more about what 2025 has in store for you, stick around. You definitely don't want to miss this. Hello, my loves. As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. So if this is our first time meeting, welcome. My name is Mel. I'm a professional astrologer and a sound therapist, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. So this is the 2025 yearly astro forecast for the sign of Libra. Now, you can watch this if you are a Libra sun or Libra rising. However, the accurate information, to get the accurate information, this video is really for Libra rising. So if you're watching in your Libra sun, don't forget to watch your actual rising sign video so you have the complete picture of what 2025 has in store for you. All right, so when it comes to 2025, you're emerging as a new person. The South Node is going to be leaving your sign at the very top of the year in January. So you've kind of, hopefully, divested yourself of everything that no longer serves you. But most importantly, you've learned to focus more on yourself, what you need, what you want. Now, it's not to say that all Libras are people pleasers. However, people pleasing is definitely a part of the Libra energy signature. Right? Libra can play both sides of the fence. Libra can be a little indecisive. Libra just kind of wants everyone to get along for the sake of getting along. But the North Node in Aries was like, no, honey, I don't want you to suppress what you want in the name of peace or in the name of cooperation. What do you really want? And the North Node in Aries kind of had you not being upset or not being, no, how do I want to say this? The North Node in Aries had you not being afraid to upset the apple cart, all right? So whether you started fights, whether people were in their feelings, you learned how to express what it is that you really want and what you really need. And this is the energy that you're going into 2025 with. That's why I said you're kind of emerging as like a new person, okay? Now, the other thing that is of importance in 2025 is the fact that your ruling planet Venus will be going retrograde. Now, Venus doesn't go retrograde every year. As a matter of fact, it did not go retrograde in 2024. It went retrograde the last time in the summer of 2023, all right? This year, she will be going retrograde in Aries and Pisces. And for you, this is your 7th house of relationships and your 6th house of work. Now, your 7th house of relationships is going to get a lot of dynamic energy this year, okay? Because you've got Venus going retrograde there. You have Mercury going retrograde there. Mars will also be going retrograde, and Mars is the ruler of your 7th house. Plus, Saturn and Neptune will be entering your 7th house, okay? So your committed partnerships, your business partnerships, everything having to do with the other is going to be emphasized this year. And, you know, I love how the universe works, right? Because while the North Node was in your house of other, it was preparing you for 2025 and beyond. With all of this energy happening in your 7th house this year, since 2023, you've been prepped on how to deal with all of this energy. Normally, had the North Node not gone through your 7th house, you would succumb to the needs, the wants, and desires of everybody else. And now with all of this energy entering your 7th house beginning in 2025, it's like now you will not neglect yourself. You're not going to people please. With everything going on, with all of this new stuff happening, you can put yourself in the best position possible. And I love that for you. So moving forward, even though there's going to be a lot of activity on the relationship front, which means that maybe you're getting married, maybe you're moving in together, maybe you are joining households even, or maybe you're forming new business partnerships, maybe you're entering contracts, sponsorships, brand deals, whatever it is. Now you know how to put yourself first instead of getting lost in the sauce of what everyone else needs and wants. Let me give you a perfect example. Perhaps you formed a new company, okay? And now you are getting brand ambassadors, you're getting sponsorships, you're doing all of these things that are going to require contracts, right? Had you not had the North Node going through Aries for the past 18 months, when it came to negotiation time, I'm not saying you would, but it could be the case that maybe you weren't being fair enough to yourself. Maybe you offered to do all of these things. Maybe you offered to be obligated to perform all of these tasks, but the money isn't commensurate with the work that you are going to do. Now that the North Node has gone through Aries and has taught you how to be a little more selfish and to put your needs first, when it comes to these contract negotiations and these new things, you're not going to let these companies or these businesses walk all over you. Now you can negotiate from a place of power and of strength because you know what you want and you're willing to fight for what you want. Sorry, there was a lot going on. So now you can be fairer to yourself in terms of relationships. And I love that for you. Now, the other thing that I'll point out when it comes to that is that with all of this dynamic energy going into Aries this year, it's going to directly oppose you. So it's almost like if the North Node has been taking you to task about putting yourself first, all of this dynamic energy in 2025 is sort of going to test you. It's like you just learned how to walk. And now this year, like you're going to have to walk everywhere. You're going to have to figure out how to walk in different terrain, under different circumstances, in different weather conditions. Hopefully you get the analogy that I am trying to make sense of, but plenty of opportunities to put yourself first. It's almost like the universe is going to be like, did you really learn how to do that? Even if you didn't learn how to do that to the best of your ability, I feel like 2025 is going to be the year where you hone in on that skill, where you really get good at saying no, where you really get good at maybe not keeping the peace, where you get even better at being a little more vocal about what you want, even if it means confronting someone or conflict even, right? You're going to war for yourself. You're advocating for yourself. And 2025 is going to give you ample opportunity to do so. And the battleground where this is all happening is in your committed relationships and your business relationships. And just the public at large, right? You matter. What you want matters. What you desire matters. Your goals matter. And you don't always have to forego those goals and those desires for the sake of other people because they may feel a certain way or they may push back, right? All of that is going to be fortified in 2025 and beyond, all right? And so the saving grace, as tough as that may feel, it may feel like a year where there's this tug of war happening between what everyone else wants and what you want. Keep pulling. And use the retrogrades, specifically Venus retrograde, to build back up your energy so you could still continue the fight. Okay? Forewarned is forearmed. This is marking, 2025 is marking a year where you got to put yourself first. Your desires matter. And you can't let other people steamroll you, nor can you be afraid, or should you be afraid of people being in their feelings. Let them be in their feelings. Let them go to war with themselves. Mean what you say what you mean, and stand your ground. Advocate for yourself. And again, 2025 is going to give you ample, and I mean ample, opportunity to do so. All right, my loves. So that concludes this video on the 2025 yearly astro forecast for the sign of Libra. Now, this was meant to give you just a taste and just the most high-level important information that you need to know for the upcoming year. If you want to know more detail-wise, including what your love life is going to look like, your money situation, career, and the astrology for the year, then you'll definitely want to check out the extended reading, which is linked in the description box below. Or if you are a channel member, it is already in our membership section. All right, so hopefully this video gave you some important information that you could use going into this new year. All right, my loves, thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you nothing but the absolute best for 2025 and beyond, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.